Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic. Another day, another Sudoku. But actually, first of all, I'm going to say very bad luck to Denmark tonight in the European football. That was a fantastic effort, and you met just an amazing side with two amazing goals. Anyway, sad about that, but very happy to be giving a puzzle by a debut setter a try. This is by Finest, and it came in very recently, about a week ago, and I'm going to give it a go today. We'll get to that in a second. I've got some people to congratulate and a warning. So well done to Matt Anderson, Rebecca Chrysler, and Jason Naniong, I think, who sent in solutions to the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy Puzzle Hunt. Now, always anybody who has sent it in who's never heard their name read out, it may be because you didn't do the highlighting, or you didn't highlight the question as well as the answer. That's just a little warning, because we are going to be releasing the solution on Patreon tomorrow, and therefore not reading out any more names after that. So not long to go now, probably about, I don't know, 10 or midday our time tomorrow. So if you were near the finish of the hunt, if you have sent it in and you just need to correct the highlighting, get it done soon. Now, the way Patreon works, the $2 a month Patreons get to see all the new content. The $3 a month Patreons get to see new videos, including solution videos. So if you want to see that, if you want to see where you got stuck, or how was a puzzle meant to be done, you need to be a $3 a month Patreon, but we think it's well worth it, and everybody who is a member and writes to us says that, so give it a try. Now, also on the link under the video, as well as how to get to Patreon, is how to go on our Discord server. Absolute thriving community. I think Finest has been in touch with them as well recently, as well as sending this puzzle to us, and nonetheless, we're going to give it a try. Also on the link is our all of our apps, which you can buy individually or as a pack. There should be a killer app update out, I hope within the next day or two, although I'm not sure if that's one of the things that can go on a weekly cycle. Well, should be within the week anyway. And let's have a look at the rules then. So we've got basically killer, palindrome, and odd and even rules, which will be familiar to anybody who's been on the channel a lot, but let's explain them. So normal Sudoku rules apply, 1 to 9 in each row, column, and 3x3 box. Cages show their sums. None of these cages has the possibility of repeating digits, so that rule doesn't need to be stated. Circles in the grid, the grey circles are all on cells which have odd digits. The grey squares are on cells which have even digits, and all the lines, there are 7 different colours of lines, a whole rainbow of lines, but each one is an individual palindrome, meaning it reads the same forwards as backwards. So this could go 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, and then if you read it the other way, it would be the same 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. So that's what the rules are. Do give it a try. I'm going to give it a go now. Let's get cracking. Let's get cracking. Right, I'm immediately attracted to the notion that these 3 cells must be the same, because this cell here is on the end of 2 different palindromes, the blue and the green. So the cells at the other end have to be the same digit. That'll also be in one of these. It'll be in one of these too. It can't be here in row 9, column 3, because on the palindrome that's the same as row 8, column 5, and that clashes. Can it be there? Suppose it can. Maybe this isn't a very helpful way of looking at this puzzle yet. What about this one? Those 2 have to be one of those 3, so do those 2. No, I'm not seeing it. There's an interesting pattern of palindromes around the central box. Oh, actually, very interesting. I see something about those. Now, whatever is not in this 5-digit, 5-cell cage in the central box is on one of the palindromes. And that means that set of 4 digits are different from the 5 digits in the 25 cage and are also in those cells. So we've got a de facto extra region. Those must be 9 different digits. And I have no idea how to use that. Ah, right. Okay, here's something. Right, we can start now. Finally, having considered all sorts of things that may be useful later, there are 3 even cells marked in this final column. So how are we going to fill this 6 cage? There are 2 possible fills, 1 5 and 2 4. Now if this was 2 4, what even digits are you going to put here? 6, 8 and 3000? No, not a Sudoku digit. So we'll put in 1 and 5 there. And now, yes, I have a secret to share with you. The sum of every row, column and 3x3 box in a Sudoku is 1 plus 2, etc., up to 9, which equals 45. Now that's very nice because in a box like this, the cage represents 23. Subtract that from 45 and these 3 cells must add up to 22. Now I know there are 2 ways of getting 3 Sudoku digits to add to 22, and that is either 958, impossible here because of this cage, or 967. So that's what we've got. That uses up one of the even digits. The other 3 in the column are 2, 4 and 8. And this little cell has got to be a 3 by elimination. Now that's in a cage with 2 odd digits. They can't be 3 and 9. 8 and 4 wouldn't be odd, so they are 5 and 7 to make this add up to 15. Oh, okay. I've been putting this off for a bit, but I'm going to do it now. I'm going to highlight all the odd digits that I know about in orange for odd. That's a start, and that's certainly not all the odd digits I know about because 2 of them are on palindromes. Not only that, but I mean that means this one is odd, this one is odd, but that's also on the blue palindrome, so this one is odd. And now I've got 5 odds in column 6, haven't I? So all these others are even. 2 of them are on palindromes, so we can mark the corresponding cell. Now what does that give me? This odd cell in a 9 cage must also be paired with an even cell because 9 is a total of odd plus even. So even there, even on the palindrome. And now look at, that's beautiful. Look at this 25 cage. Now that has to, because it is an odd number, 25, this cage has to have an odd number of odd digits, which if you think about it will make sense. Basically, yes, you could have 2 even digits in it, or 4, and you will still get an odd total. And if you work that through, that you'll find that that's right. However, in this puzzle, we cannot have 2 even digits or 4, because this central box has already had 3 of the even digits placed outside the cage. So we can either have 0, 2, or 4, so it's got to be 0, and that works perfectly because the 5 even digits added up, they average 5, and there's 5 of them, so they equal 25. And that's clearly what they all are. They're all odd in there. If I said the 5 even digits just there, I meant the 5 odd digits. Now, in this row, we've got all 5 odds placed, so these are even. One's on a palindrome in a useful place. Now, yes, this is going to work again. Look, 3 even cells there. How many evens does this 23 cage have? It's 4 cells this time, but it's odd. So it's got an odd number of odd cells again, either 1 or 3. That means it has either 1 or 3 even cells as well. Can't be 3, must be 1. So 3 of these are odd and 1 is even. I can't mark those, but by deduction, I know that this one is odd. Now, does this carry on? It's been quite profitable so far. This 18 cage has 1 even in. Now, this has, well, it can't have 4 even cells in it because the 4 even numbers add up to 20. So it must have 2 evens and 2 odds. These are both odd. Yes, this is going to get all the odds used up in the row. 1, 2 in there, 3, 4, 5. These 2 outside the cage must be even. And inside the cage I have 1 even and 2 odds to place. I don't know, I'd better mark those. I don't think I'm going to get a full parity colouring off this. Let's have a look at this. Oh no, hang on, 3 there, 2 there. Yes, I can colour those. They're all even. And this cage, again, an odd, no, not an odd, this is an even total. So an even number of odd digits can't be 0 odd digits. So there's 2 odd digits and 1 even there. Oh, and that means these outies are 1 even and 1 odd. So I'll mark them like that. I've got 1 even number to put in here. Oh, what about this 12 cage? Again, either 2 odds here or 2 evens. I don't know yet. Do I? I don't think I do. Okay, not to worry. Now I need to look at some numbers. 3, 5 and 7 there. So these other ones are 1 and 9. Oh, look at that. That's lovely. This, in theory, row 6, column 9 can be 1 or 9. But look, it's the same number as is in a 9 cage. So it's obviously not 9. So those are all 1. That's a 9. This is an 8 on the 9 in the 9 cage and on the palindrome. So these even cells are not 8, and that's on a palindrome, and that is 2. They're all 2, 4, and 6. So now 8 is, in fact, this cage is made up of 4 of the numbers of 9, 8, 7, 5, 3, which add up to 24, 29, 32. Which one do we take away to get 23? We take away 9, and we stick it in the odd cell. And I still can't decide them, but then we're going to have a 9 in one of these. Oh yeah, up here, that's 1, 3 and 5, because 7 and 9 have been used here. That's 2, 4, 8, because 6 has been used. Oh yeah, this 5 and 1 have been resolved. You've probably been shouting about that. Now that means this and its counterpart are 3, 7 or 9. These cells are very useless palindrome cells. They mirror nothing being in the middle of a palindrome, so they're very ignorable. So these are also 2, 4 or 6 because they can't, in the central box they can't be 8, and the others are on palindromes with those. And in this column, where does 8 go? Not there, and now not there or there. So in fact, 8 goes there. Now it's got to go with 3 and 1. They are odd. That's just a fact. So there's only 1 even cell in this 16 cage. It's got to be in this row because we need at least 1 there. This must be even as well, and we know what number that is now. That is a 6. These 2 are not a 6 and are therefore odd. 1, 3 pair pointing at that cell makes it not half purple but 5. That's looking down there. Now this can't be a 7. These at the top can't be a 5. And look, there's a 1, 3 pair there, 1, 3 pair there. Brilliant. We can fill in 1 and 3 here. And that tells us the parity of not 4, of 1 there. I'm absolutely simonizing some of these cells today. That is 2, 4 or 6, like so many other cells. Now what's this? It's not 1 or 3. It's 5, 7 or 9. Hang on. There's a 3 there looking down at this. 9 on the end of that. Keep being in the wrong mode. 9 on the end of that palindrome. So we've got 5 and 7 to place in the column. Now, what's this? So, hang on, 65813. So that is 7 or 9. I don't know which. And here, oh, how do I make 16 in this cage? Can't use 8, 1 or 3. I'm using one even digit. So if I'm using a 2, then it's 2, 9, 5. And that's possible with the 5 here. If I'm using a 4, it can't be 4, 5, 7 because of that cell. Oh, and it can't be 4, 3, 9. Is that right? Yes, because there's a 3 used. So we're not using a 4 in this cage, which doesn't help immediately. Yes, it does. It means we know where the 4 goes in this row. I'm just going to check that. Sorry, 4 would need plus 12, and it's from 2 odd numbers. They can't be 5 or 7 because that is right. Brilliant. So we're not using a 4 here. Therefore, that's the 4 in row 2. Now we are using a 2, therefore, and either 7 or 9. So it is a 2, 7, 9 cage. Right, well that fixes that. We can take 2 out of all of those places. We've got a 7, 9 pair. These are all even. Good grief. That's just on account, because that one's odd. 2, 4, 6 or 8. That's not a 9. Oh, that's not a 9, because we've got a 9 in column 6. So that's a 7. This is a 2. That's a 9. Nice puzzle, this. I like the way it's all flowing. 2, 4 or 6, as always, there. That 3 and 1 has been determined by that 1 long, long ago. That can't be a 3 now. That can't be a 4 because of the 4 we placed there a moment ago. What does that mean? If that was a 6, then neither of these two could be 6, and that would be 6. If it's a 4, then that's a 6. Hang on, is that right? If this is a 6, this can't be a 6. If this is a 6, that's a 6, and this still can't be a 6, so that's a 2. That is right. So that's not a 2. 2, that's fixed 8 and 2 there. That's a 2. These aren't 2s. 9. Right, 7 there has to be on one side of this or the other. So that's not 7. Oh, 5 is looking down at that, so we know what that is. That's a 7. That's not a 7. 4, 8, we've got 1, 6 and 9 to place here. The 9 can't be there. We've got 1, 3 and 5 to place here. The 1 can't be there. 7. It's not falling apart, is it? Right. In this row, 18 plus the odds we've got, 28, 33. These two evens add up to 12. They're 8 and 4, therefore those can't have a 4 on. That can't be a 4. 8, 1, 4, 9, 5. We've got 2, 6, 3, 7. And look, 2 is seeing 3 of those cells. So we can fill in 2 here. These are 6, 3, and 7. So is the one on the palindrome. Actually, it's not 7 because there's a 7 at the top of the grid. Right, what am I missing now? That's 2 or 6. So, no, that doesn't mean that's not 2 or 6, as I was about to claim. 3, 6, 7, 1, 9. That's 3, 6, or 7. This is a triple down here. Why is that a triple? Because of the 1, 9 down here. Yes, that means These are 1 and 9, right? And we know the order of those. So that's a 3. These are 4 and 8. We can place them. 4 and 4. One of these is a 4, and I don't know which. 2, 4. This is a 6 because it can see a 2. That's on the palindrome. That makes this one a 4. That makes this one a 6. That's fixing almost everything else that we've got to do, I would think. That can't be a 1, so 1 is there. This is now a 2 by elimination. That's not 2 or 6. 4, 8, 1, 6, 2, 4, 8, 1. 7, 2, 6, 1, 9, 8. Ah, that can see a 6, so that's 3 on the palindrome. That's 5 and 3 there. 1, 2, 3, 8. Those aren't 3s, they're a 6, 7 pair. That's a 7 because it can see a 6. Okay, we've got 4 to place, 6 and 5 in that box, 3 and 9 over here, 2, 5 and 7 down there, and I can't sort those out at all. Oh, that's 7 has resolved row 1 and 3, column 1. 4, 5 and 9 up here. We take out 4 from there, 9 from there. That's a 5 to complete its row. That's not a 5 and that's not a 2. Yes, 8 and 4 have been resolved. That can't be 8. Surely that's finishing something off. Oh, that's become a 4. I should have noticed that. Right, that makes that 8. 7, 3, 8 there. Those can't be 8, and that can't be... In fact, that has to be a 2 now. So 6 there. The 2 down here has been resolved, as have the 5, 7. So of these 9, 3. One more triple to do. 5, 4, 9. Let's see if we get a tick. No, we definitely don't. Ah, that's because we haven't filled in this last odd cell. Hiding away there. That's better. And that, I believe, let's just check. Well, first of all, let's check the totals. So 10, 19, 22, 23, because the machine won't do that for me. No, I've made 18 up here. That was a long time ago. And it was quite wrong. And imagine if that was an 18 cage, this puzzle finishes like this. 18, 9, everything else is right. Oh my goodness, but it wasn't an 18 cage. I can't do maths and I can't get things right. Thank God I checked. Right, I live in dread of sealing down a video, putting it out there, and then you guys telling me that I'm a complete moron and it was totally wrong. I mean, you can do that anyway, because that's true. But what a numpty. Now, look at all this work done. I put in 279. Now, I probably wasn't... Was I solid to assume that 4? That was something I did. But it was partly based on... Yeah, that 813 is all right. That's 6 and 5. Okay, I think this position's where I started working out this cage total from. 6, 5, 8, 1, 3. So we've got numbers from 2, 4, 7, 9. Yes, I was working out if there's a 2 in this, and I said I would need a 7 and a 9, or I must have said something like that, but I wouldn't. I'd need a 5 and a 9, although I did say that at one point. Oh, I deduced there couldn't be a 4 in it, didn't I? Because 4 would need 12, which would either be 5, 7, contradicting this cell, that's still true, or 3, 9, which would use that. So that's right. So there is a 2 in it, in one of those cells, because it needs an even digit. But then, to make up the other 14, it's 2, 5, 9. So 5 goes here. This is a 2, 9 pair. Let's see if any of this logic is quicker, because I now know... well, you know, I've done the rest of the puzzle now, as it were, although with a slightly different change of digits up there. That may have some effect on what we do elsewhere, but we'll see. Oh, I'm really sorry about that. what a waste of time. I'll try and be a bit quicker then about finishing off the puzzle. I probably won't be at all. Right, let's see. Of course, it may affect conclusions that we were drawing before, but I don't know about that yet. Right, 7, 8, 3. So that's 2, 4, or 6, like so many cells. Yes, this row, 18 plus the odds that we've got, 28, 33. These are still 8 and 4. That's still true. So there's no 4 there. So there's no 4 here. This is 2, 6, 7, 3. But I absolutely don't know anything about where 2 goes this time. Oh yes, I can still do 2 and 9. So I know something. That's not a 2. That 9, that's all done. Oh, you see, it's not as helpful as putting the wrong numbers in. That gets a lot more done quickly. That can't be a 4 though. Oh yeah, and I did this thing with, if that's a 6, that's not a 6. But if it's not a 6, that's a 6. So 6 is in one of those. No, hang on. If that's a 6, that's a 2. But if that's a 6, that's a 6, and that's still a 2. That does still work. Good grief. And now I can do it with the 2s. All of those 2s, rule out 2s from these positions, and I can put that in as a 2. And that's not a 2, and that's not a 2. 4, 6, we've got 1, 3, and 7 to place there. That's not a 1. 5, 2, 9, 8. My goodness, what a waste of time that feels like. But at least we're on the right track now. 2 there. So they're not 2, and that is. And that makes this a 6. That makes this a 4. That makes this a 6. That makes this a 4. I've spotted that this time. And that 9, 7 pair. This is the sort of thing you can do a bit quicker. 6 there. 2, 8. That's a 7. We've got 9, 4, and 5 to fill in. That feels familiar. 7 can't be there now. 4, 8, we've got 1, 6, and 9 to place. So 6, yeah, they all go in now. Oh, well, this is a bit easier this way round. 3, 7, and 6 is still a triple down there. That's peculiar. 4 and 8. 8, 1, 2, 9, 5, 6, 9, 8. I don't know what. That can't be a 6. That's on the palindrome. So it's either a 7 or a 3 there. 4, 9, 1, 2, 8. That is finished. That's a 2. That fixes 8, 2 at the top. 1, 3 has still been done. That's not 3 or 8. We've got 4, 5, and 7 to place. That can't be a 4. So 4 is there. 6, 7. Oh yes, we've got these 8, 4 disambiguated. That can't be an 8 now. 6, 8, but that not much else is done there. 2, 4, 8, 1, 6. This is part of a 3, 5, 6, 7 triple. So what I'm not noticing is that 4 can go in there. Quadruple, I mean, not triple. 4 goes in there. 1, 8, 4, 9. 2 fits in there. 3, 5, or 9 there. We know that one of those is 8. One of those is 7. So that can't be 7 or 1. That's a 3. Right, that is useful. And in fact, this 8, 4 pair has been dealt a blow by that 4. 3 there. Take 3s out of those. The only place for 8. Oops, no. The only place for 8 in the final column is there. That's not a 3 now. Still can't resolve those. 3 is in one of these 2 places. And I don't know which. No. 3 there. Okay, whatever this digit is that's the same has to be in this cell because it clearly can't be 3 or 7 there. So that's part of 3 or 7. 6 is gone. So the only place for 9 in this row now is there. That's a nicer finish, actually. That actually just goes to show you the sort of work that goes into these puzzles when there's something a bit neater than in the bogus version that I was trying to solve before. So that's a 5. Can I resolve these 3, 5s, and 7s now? Surely that can be 3. Then I end up with a 5, 7 X-wing. And that's a valid solution. And that makes me terrified that I've done something wrong again. If it's a 7, I think that still works. Oh my goodness, what have I done this time? That adds up to 23, 12. This does add up to 16. 10. Am I missing? None of these are on in cages. I mean, obviously those are, but we know what that cage adds up to. None of them are on palindromes apart from... Oh, look, there's a 3 looking down. Whew, thank goodness for that. Right, losing my brain, absolutely fried, but finally getting the right answer, I believe. So, once again, we try the tick. Looks good. I've added up the cages this time, and they're right. Checking the palindromes, they're right. That is the final answer to Odd Try Out by Finest. Tell you what I'll do is I will colour the evens and odds, because some people like that to be completed. Gives them a sense of wonderful well-being, which I tried to destroy earlier by solving this puzzle wrongly with an 18 total in a 16 cage. But we got it fixed and we're there in the end. Sorry, Finest, nearly botched your beautiful puzzle, but thank you for sending it in. Thank you all for following the channel as always, and hope to see you soon. Bye for now.